I'm Chris Martirano, here for American Music and Sound with our good friends at Kraft Music. I'm here today to show you Kurzweil's brand new stage piano, the Artis. It's an awesome instrument. Make sure you check out Kraft Music's bundles. They are the king of the bundles. They know the right accessories to put together to give you the most out of your instrument. Let's dig in and see what the Kurzweil Artis can offer. Before we actually get into the sounds, let's just talk a little bit about the feature set offered in the Artis. The Artis is a 128 voice instrument, and it transmits on 4 different channels, or 4 different zones. It receives on all 16 channels. They give you 256 programs, and the user can alter them and create 256 more of their own programs. Then they have a multi-mode where you can put combinations of the 4 different zones together, layers, splits, and those, they give you 256. Again, they're starting places. You can certainly overwrite those locations, and you have another 256 you can write to. There's a USB interface for easy communication with your computer. And then they give you this beautiful interface that allows you to have real-time sliders that can also double as drawbars. They have the famous KB3 mode organ model, tone model organ in the instrument, again with rotary cabinet simulation. Tons of great effects. You've got a mod wheel that can be reassigned to different controls. You've got pedal inputs on the back for the 3 sustain, sostenuto, and soft pedal, one of them requiring a stereo tip ring sleeve connector, and then you have a CC pedal input that can all be programmed. You have a master EQ section that affects the whole instrument, and they did a really great thing in the design. They give you effects and reverb always on the front panel. So if you're playing a large room and the effects are a little too wet, you can quickly dial them back without having to edit your programs. Same with the effects. So we'll get started. We'll take a look at the regular program mode. They have a brand new piano they're very proud of. They are describing it as a German piano. To me, it sounds a little like a shorter scaled piano than the original, which was more suited to classical and solo performance. This piano lends itself to jazz, pop, and contemporary styles as well. So we'll listen to that piano. One of the smart things the engineers did was to give you an immediate pad that you could use on any of the piano programs without having to make a multi or a combination sound. To do that is very simple. They have a button right here above the mod wheel. If you press it, you'll hear a pad. And then they give you control over the timbre of the pad on slider A. So if you want to make it brighter, they also allow the mod wheel to dull the sound, so if you want to quickly fade it out, which is a very nice touch. So they thought about a lot of musical aspects and quick performance tricks. So if I'm playing and I want more reverb on my piano, or if I want less, very simple, I didn't have to edit. If I want to, the save button is now activated. I could save this and make this my own custom piano. Let's listen to some of the electric pianos. Here's one of their Tyne electric pianos. And they have a cool performance. Again, on the mod wheel, you have the stereo tremolo. If I use a little of the global EQ and just brighten up the top end in the mid a little bit, cut a little of the bottom. Again, there's a sweepable frequency, so it's 3 bands with the mids being sweepable, which is very nice. I can get a much more kind of dyno sound. Nice and sparkly. Or if you want to fatten up the mids, you can of course dial up the mid frequency, turn the top down, and you get a nice kind of a fusion type piano. Anyway, you get the idea. The sounds are great. Kurzweil was always known for its string sound as well, and there's an excellent assortment of strings in here. By the way, the interface really allows me to quickly get to these sounds. They're by category, which is a really great thing. So I've pressed the string category, and now I have 16 selections of strings that I can get to very quickly at a touch of a button. Here's the Adagio strings. And at a quick touch of a button, I can get these bigger strings. Also, there are mellotron samples. I can add some reverb, add some EQ. So you get the idea. The sounds are awesome. They've all been very, very well crafted. And again, the controls allow you to just very quickly modify them to suit your need. There are categories for voice, synth, pads, guitars, basses, drums, and percussion as well. So if you're sequencing, it's a great instrument and it has a full assortment of sounds that you might want to use. And the KB3 organ, of course, with the drawbar mode is something that Kurzweil has brought over the last decade, really, to all of their instruments. We're going to take a look now at the multi-mode, which to me is the most powerful part of the instrument. This allows you to layer or split up to 4 zones. And what they did that's really great is very quickly you have a split or a layer button, and they put sounds that you might want anyway, logically there, right away for you. Okay, let's have a look at a multi that I created just to see some of the programming things that you can do. I started with a very funky kind of bass. It's velocity, the switching, so if you play easy. And then I have a piano sound in the right hand. I made the split at G sharp. I have a brass sound, and it's going to come in from the CC pedal. So I have just piano, but if I want to stab, and then I have a nice pad on the wheel that's transposed an octave up. Let's put it together. So we get. So that's a quick example of the multi. You can see that I have immediately control. I have assigned the wheel to volume over the pad. I've got the CC pedal doing the brass. I've got 4 different sliders assigned to do the zone volumes. I've got mute switches above each one where I can mute the sound on the fly. Very, very easy, very quick, and very powerful. Great for live performance. The interface allows me to send external program changes on the fly without interrupting the local engine. As well, there are demonstrations for each sound, so if you walk into a store and you want to just hear some of the sounds, or if you just want to check them out, there's a quick demo button for any of them. On the panel panic, which is very important for your live performance should ever a stuck note occur. And then you've got some really cool things. Transpose on the cheek block. So if I'm playing very quickly and I want to transpose, I can do some very cool prog rock type lead things where I can play in one position and shift up and down the octaves. Again, very, very easy setup. Headphone jack is on the front panel. You don't have to have that awkward feeling of having your headphone cable too short. So everything is laid out very, very sweetly. When you're considering a new instrument, check out the Kurzweil Artis. It's got great Kurzweil sounds, really easy to use operation, great graduated hammer weight action, and they put it together in such a roadworthy package. It's awesome. Make sure you check out the great bundles at Kraft Music as well. And if you have more questions or need more information, contact a team member at Kraft Music. Thanks again for watching. I'm Martirano.